for the American people. You got to remember, this is going to pay off our deficit. This is going to make America stronger. We are finally protecting America.
Well, you'll have that income if you keep them in place, but if you're negotiating them away, then they won't be there. So that is contradictory to me. But
nothing's getting no.
So
nothing's
you're not
getting negotiated away.
away.
We have a 10% of the world. No, 10% is definitely going to stay. That's just the way it's going to be because we can't have these $1 trillion trade deficit. It's just wrong for America, and Donald Trump is going to fix it.
That's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick handing Margaret Brennan a crash course in economics. The media keeps melting down over tariffs, but Trump's not backing off. And now they're panicking. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like the media still doesn't get how Trump plays the long game, because fixing trade means standing up to countries that have been ripping us off for decades. You know, the same people who sold out our factories now act shocked that Trump's holding them accountable. I mean, tariffs aren't chaos, they're leverage. Here's Margaret Brennan trying to spin Trump's economy as a disaster, and Howard Lutnick setting her straight.
Well, you heard in our polling some of the perceptions of the economy. 61% of Americans believe the administration's putting too much focus on tariffs. 70% say the administration's not doing enough to lower prices, and 60% oppose new tariffs on imported goods. This is a centerpiece to your policy plan. How do you reverse public opposition?
You know, the president figured out the right answer and sent letters to these countries, said this is going to fix the trade deficit. This will go a long way to fixing the trade deficit. And that's gotten these countries to the table. And they're going to open their markets or they're going to pay the tariff. And if they open their markets, the opportunity for Americans to export, to grow their business, farmers, ranchers, fishermen, this is going to be, the next 2 weeks are going to be weeks for the record books. President Trump is going to deliver for the American people. I think the president's going to open between $300 and $400 billion of opportunity for Americans. That's 1.5%, up to 1.5% GDP growth, because the president's going to open all these markets up. You saw it with Vietnam. You saw it with Indonesia. You're going to watch all these other countries decide if they want to do business with America. Let's just open our market up to America. That's opportunity that President Trump is bringing.
Okay. The consumer price index doesn't currently reflect that, though.
What's so interesting is that you're worried about the importers. How about the people who build and employ Americans here?
No, I'm asking about people who go to the store to buy.
People who make cars here, people who manufacture here. They don't pay a tariff. They don't pay a tariff at all. So President Trump says it all the time. Build in America, you don't pay a tariff. The idea that these importers are more important than the people who employ Americans, I think it's just a wrong way of thinking about it. Americans deserve to be employed here and have the best jobs in the world, and that's what Donald Trump is trying to deliver.
You know, it's always the same playbook. CBS runs a poll, then Brennan sits there pretending it's gospel. She throws out their own numbers like the people have spoken, but those polls are loaded. Oversampled Democrats, leading questions, no context. Lutnick doesn't flinch. He explains it plain. Trump's tariffs are strategic, not reckless. Starting August 1st, it's 20-50% if countries won't deal fair, or 10% baseline if they play ball. That's not chaos. That's structure. For years, we'll let China run up a $400 billion trade deficit on our backs. Trump's ending that. It's not just about factories, it's about leverage. Lutnick even points out that automation brings high-paying jobs home, but CBS doesn't want to hear that. They'd rather pretend Americans don't support winning. Here's Kevin O'Leary on CNN giving these hacks another lesson, this time about the economy they keep lying about.
How can you say we should pay attention to the quality rather than the speed when the entire promise was 90 deals in 90 days? They were going to get it done fast, reshape the global order, and Kevin says the stock market thinks these tariffs are going to work, but no, the stock market doesn't believe Trump. When he announced the Liberation Day tariffs,
it's an all-time high today.
The stock market immediately dropped when he announced Liberation Day tariffs.
Where are we today?
After he vacillated, people don't believe him.
All-time high.
Countries don't
in
believe
all-time
him
history.
because nobody believes that he's being
all-time
serious.
high
I think you guys are saying the same thing, just by the way.
All-time high.
I mean,
in history.
I think
all-time high.
his
You
point
can't
is that
debate
They're at an all-time high
I
because
know.
nobody
His
believes
point
it,
is
Kevin.
that they're at an all-time high because nobody believes Trump.
Every index.
Seriously.
Because he keeps moving the goalposts. I'm so glad you played the footage. I was literally laughing watching Howard just like going every few weeks promising all these deals. And Besson should have sent that, and shouldn't have been an appearance, should have sent that as a text message directly to Howard Lutnick, because that was clearly what that guy needs to hear. But overall, the reason why he's not getting these deals, I just think we got to talk about the big picture here. If you're a foreign government, ally or adversary, or counterpart, whatever, are you going to make a deal with Donald Trump? And how can you believe that the U.S. is not going to have a sporadic change 3 years from now? I think Trump has eroded global trust in the American economy and American deal making.
You mean the all-time high market ever in history?
It's high
in
because
America?
they don't believe.
The all-time high.
They think Trump is going to chicken
never
out.
been higher. Never been worth more.
Kevin.
Never been more successful. Never.
When the
And
liberation-
it's eroded
spite
what
of-
trust. All-time high today at 4:30 in history. Never worth more. What are you talking about?
Well, look,
I mean, CNN really can't help themselves. This time, they're not whining about polls. They're warning that Trump's tariffs will ruin the economy and make us unpopular around the world. As if that's some kind of threat. Kevin O'Leary just shrugs and drops facts. He says it clearly. Trump's economy is booming, and tariffs are exactly how you win trade wars. 10 to 12% is a fair floor. And when it comes to China, go higher. O'Leary even floated 400% if they keep playing dirty. The truth is, the US market is the prize. Countries want access. Trump's saying earn it, and CNN can't stand that. They cheered on Biden while inflation hit 9%, gas hit $5, and groceries spiked 20%. Now they're pretending Trump's strategy is reckless. The economy's strong, Trump's got the leverage, and the media's out of gas. But let me know what you think. Should Trump keep pushing tariffs to bring jobs back and force fair trade? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye.